Bath & Body Works just launched new scents in their Everyday Luxuries collection, and I have them all to share my thoughts on. I have been working on this video all week. I do not take this lightly. I am determined to find the dupes for these fragrance mists. If you did not know, Bath & Body Works Everyday Luxuries line, they kind of look like this. They have just kind of the plain packaging with some fun names, and they're usually always inspired by high-end perfumes on purpose. So they kind of take some inspiration from what's popular. I was a little bit confused with this collection because there is some like older classics in here that I did not expect them to do, but I think I have figured out pretty much all the dupes so far. According to me and my thoughts, I feel like I know a lot about this subject. I have been reviewing these Everyday Luxuries since they launched. I've been one of the first to kind of come up with the full list every single time, so I feel like I kind of know what I'm talking about here. And I've had these since Sunday, and I've been putting them to the test and trying to see what they smell like. So we're just going to be featuring these today. Some stores have put them out already. I found them early at only one of my locations because they have like nothing left for semi-annual sale. So if you have a store that's running out of stuff, they might put these out. But I've heard a couple different release dates. I've heard they might be out on Friday, and I've also heard at least by next week, Monday. So that is when to check for these. There is a couple other new launches. They have a new musk collection, but I decided today we're just going to focus on the Everyday Luxuries, and maybe either Friday or Monday I'll upload my thoughts on some of the new spring and the musk stuff, because yes, Bath & Body Works has started their spring launches, but thankfully these are scents that aren't like super summery and I feel like are wearable for all year long. So let's go ahead and get into these. So there is a total of 5 new scents in this collection, and they did keep 3 of the previous Everyday Luxuries. So you guys probably know a lot of the other ones went on sale for semi-annual sale. This seems to be a collection they are constantly rotating. They're kind of gonna see like what's doing well and keep that, and we might see some surprises later down the road with maybe some of the Everyday Luxuries returning, but this seems to be a collection that they're gonna keep rotating. I mean, Bath & Body Works at this point has not really been known to keep a lot of scents on hand for a long period of time, so they just like to try new things, I guess, and make room for new stuff. But I do think it's fun that they are kind of finding new ones every single year. But some of these really did stump me because a lot of them I did not own already. So I really had to do some research for this. So let's start with the ones that I am 100% sure on. And we're gonna start with Love Unleashed. This is also my favorite one. So this one was pretty obviously inspired by one of my favorite perfumes, Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. You guys have no idea how excited I am that Bath & Body Works has a mist in this. I love these Everyday Luxuries. I feel like, I know body mists, they usually don't have that much scent power, but trust me, the Everyday Luxuries are usually pretty strong. I feel like they try to up the strength in this line compared to some of their other lines. And whoa, Love Unleashed is really strong. This one lasted hours on my skin. So, I mean, I might be reaching for this over Love Don't Be Shy some days. I don't know about you, but I think it smells pretty good. And if you guys like gourmands and sweet candy-like scents, you're going to love this one. So the notes on Love Unleashed are sugared pink pepper, warm neroli, and whipped marshmallow. And the neroli and the marshmallow was a dead giveaway. Now, Kilian's is more orange blossom than neroli, but it absolutely has that like sugared marshmallow effect as well. It's super candy-like. This is so interesting, but on the Kilian website, I always thought that this was orange blossom, but on the Kilian website, it does say neroli is the main note, as well as rose and marshmallow. It is so pretty. This one was viral. It's been a few years, but everyone had said this is the scent that Rihanna always wears, and she smells so good apparently. Ugh, that is delicious. Let's smell the Bath & Body Works version. I feel like these are pretty close, but I did notice with the Bath & Body Works version, it seemed like it almost had more of a bubblegum note to it. It almost seems a little bit sweeter and maybe less spicy than Love Don't Be Shy. But I would say this is pretty close, with the Bath & Body Works version just smelling a little bit more like sweet bubblegum in my opinion. So if you're wondering about the marshmallow note, it's more of like a powdered marshmallow note. It's not going to smell like a vanilla marshmallow, if that makes sense, but this is very like candied. You can smell like a slight citrus from that neroli. Neroli gives off a citrus kind of scent, almost leaning towards orange. That's why I think it's like an orange blossom, but it literally smells like super sweet candied marshmallows. It is delicious, and I feel like they did a really good job on that one. So that's the first one. This is Love Unleashed. I did see in store they had body creams and sprays. I have not seen the shower gels yet, so I don't know if those are coming or what, but yeah, sadly they're not doing lotions. I wish they would. Just the creams in these. The creams are definitely lighter on the scent. So I kind of waited until I could get my hands on the mist to post these reviews, because the creams aren't always like super accurate, but they are really nice to either buy to pair if it's your favorite perfume, or like pair these together for extra strength. But the cream definitely leans more, I would say, bubblegummy than even the spray does. So that is the new Love Unleashed. I feel like this is going to be the popular one of these new everyday luxuries. The next one, I know 100% certain, we have a Hello Happiness scent, and a lot of people had guessed by the name that they would probably be replicating Clinique's Happy. And I never actually owned this one, but I went and picked up a little roller ball at Ulta, because I honestly, like, I have to be 100% accurate. When I claim something is like inspired by, like, I have to know 100%. That's why it took me so long to make this video. But smelling it in Ulta, I knew immediately, yes, it is Clinique Happy. I had my doubts, because when I first got it, I was like, Clinique Happy, like, that's such like an OG scent. Like, it's old, it's not as popular right now. I know there are still people that love it and use it to this day, but it's not like a super trending scent. So I was personally surprised to see them doing Clinique Happy, but I can also see it if it has a lot of OG fans, that people would be excited to get this like in a body cream to maybe pair with Happy. But I just don't consider Happy like a super luxurious scent these days. Since it's kind of older, you can often find it on sale a lot online for cheaper price points. Like, I've seen it at TJ Maxx before, so it just doesn't scream luxurious to me, but it's definitely Clinique Happy 100%. If you're wondering what this smells like, it is a really pretty citrus, almost like, I almost get like a sparkling note in there too. It does have mimosa in it. And I grabbed my Sunshine Mimosa. This one launched during the semi-annual sale to see how it compares. But Sunshine Mimosa is even more, I would say, juicy and like more nectar-like. It's a little sweeter, while this one definitely has more of an upscale feel and a little bit more florals with the apple blossom, if that makes sense. So it's a little different than Sunshine Mimosa, but along the same lines. But I could see why this scent is called Happy, because it definitely exudes like happiness. It brings joy. It has those bright citruses that just kind of lift you up. But yeah, I know this was an iconic scent in the 90s. The notes include sparkling citrus, bright apple blossom, and golden mimosa. Clinique Happy has quite a few notes. It has top notes of ruby red grapefruit and mandarin, so that's where you're getting that citrus. The middle is magnolia, lily, morning dew, orchid, and the base is honeysuckle and lily of the valley. So it is just slightly floral citrus. Really pretty though. I would say, if I was just gonna buy these and I'm not reviewing, it's not one I would really pick up. I'm not a big citrus lover. I'm definitely more into the Love Don't Be Shy scent DNA, so I feel like it's fine. But if you love Happy, now you can get it in a fragrance mist form, and you can get a matching body cream. I will say, I don't know, did they up the rewards again? Because now they work on these like $18.95. I thought they were $17.95, but I cannot keep up these days. But rewards do work on the everyday luxuries. These are $18.95, and the rewards are up to that price point, so you can use your rewards on these. Otherwise, they're usually doing like a buy three get one free sale going on, and you can combine your rewards with that too. So there is some ways to get discounts, but ultimately it's always good to wait for those all body care sales. But I feel like in the new year, we're kind of past that time. We had a lot of sales in December, and I feel like they don't usually run as many the beginning of the year. So we'll have to see when they have some more sales, but if you're really excited about these, your rewards do work on them. The next one that I knew was pretty spot on, I have a sample of. This is the Salted Shorelines, and a lot of people had guessed this one. So by the notes, you can kind of tell what it's going to be duping. So the notes are dewy bergamot, warm sage, and salted Salted Driftwood, which sounds like Jo Malone's Wood Sage and Sea Salt. And comparing these are definitely very spot on. A lot of people love this scent, so not surprised they decided to do it in the Everyday Luxuries. This is my least favorite. It's very unisex. The sage is a little potent for my liking. You guys know I'm not a big fan of super woody scents like this, but it definitely goes, like I said, very unisex. Anyone can wear this one. To me, I just really smell like an aquatic sage and a little bit of that woody dry down. Some people were wondering if this compares to the Salt Air. They just came out with a driftwood scent too, but I'm pretty sure that's not what they were trying to do, because that Salt Air scent is fairly new. They do need some time to come out with these. They can't just make them like in a month. And also they do go for more perfumes in luxury, higher end designer scents rather than more affordable lines like Salt Air. So they're probably not going to dupe something that's already affordable. That's just my thoughts as someone who has seen the collections every single year. It's 100% the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. I really want them to do Blackberry and Bay next. That's my favorite Jo Malone scent. I feel like that one would be so good if they do that one in the Everyday Luxuries. And just to compare, the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt notes include amberette seeds, sea salt, and sage. So that one I know 100% is the Jo Malone. Now the next two, it took me a minute to figure out, although I was only able to get it in a body cream. They didn't have the sprays yet at my store, but this is Always Fleur. And usually people try to guess what it could be inspired by the name, so a lot of people were thinking that this is going to be the Kilian Fleur Majesty. Unfortunately, it does not smell anything like that. Honestly, Fleur Majesty from Kilian is really similar already to Covered in Roses in their line. It's such a strong rose scent. I know the notes seem similar, but trust me, it is not the same at all. It smells nothing alike, because that one's very heavy on the rose. This one honestly really threw me through a loop because I'm not a big floral scent person, so I don't own a lot in my collection. I had to go to Ulta and smell a bunch of different stuff and then take some recommendations from you guys as well and really put it to the test, because honestly, this is such a like soft but bright, dewy floral with a little bit of fruity pear. So it was really hard to tell. The notes include shimmering pear, silky rose petals, and cedar musk, but the rose petals really are not that prominent in here. I get mostly like a floral pear, but not like a distinct floral. And then it just has this soft powderiness to it as well, which I think is the musk in there. And yeah, it took me a long time to figure out, and at first I thought that it was going to be the Givenchy Irresistible, because a lot of people had mentioned this one and the notes matched up. The opening seemed like it could be somewhat similar, but honestly this has so much more depth to it and almost like spicy notes in a way, and more of a like woody dry down too. It's just, there's a lot more going on in Givenchy Irresistible. It's not as bright as the Always Fleur. So then when I was looking on Reddit, someone had suggested this one from Dior, the Jadore Dior. And when I smelled this in Ulta, I was like, yup, that's it. It has the same bright, dewy floral as Always Fleur. Now, of course, I don't have the mist, and sometimes it can vary, but going with the lotion, it is the most similar that I could find. And I know this one is classic. They must be going for some more classics with this collection, because this one has been out for a while, but I've never owned it. But I'm actually kind of excited to have it, because I do like this actually as a fun floral perfume that's not too stuffy. It's just nice and fresh and a little fruity with that pear. So originally when I posted my first video on Instagram, which was just guesses, and I made that pretty clear, and people took that for fact and then went to Reddit with it. I'm like, you guys, they're just like my first impressions. Like, I need some more time with these, because this is like my official video that is like 100% yes, I think these are what it's duping. It's so crazy with this collection. Like, one person posts one thing and then everyone takes that for fact, and like, you don't have to take what I'm saying as fact, but trust me, I put a lot of research into this scent in these videos. I'm sure people will still argue with me in the comments about what they think stuff is, but yeah, I do I really see the similarities with Always Fleur and Jadore Dior. So I do think that's what they're going for, honestly, with this one. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's not similar to the KLA Fleur Majesty in the slightest to me. So I know people were thinking because of the name, but I don't see it. Okay, and then the last one that's like new. This one was really hard because there is so many coconut scents out there. This is just called Eau De Coconut. And maybe this is another thing, like how they did with the pistachio scent. It really did not have a dupe, honestly. In some of their scents that they're supposed to be duping, they don't smell that much alike. Like when they had the Eau Cherry, it was definitely going for Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but it really didn't smell like it in my opinion. So this one was so hard to figure out because yeah, there's a million coconut scents and I've tested them all, you guys, this week. Actually, let me go through the notes first. So Eau De Coconut has notes of coconut milk, tropical lily, and vanilla sandalwood. And to me, this is such a nice, creamy, milky musk coconut. That's all it is. It doesn't have sunscreen solar notes in it, and there's no other fruits in it. So I'm just going off of what I smell here. I don't smell any of those extras. A lot of people were saying that it's supposed to be Fleur Beach Skin, but to me, Beach Skin has a little extra fruitiness, not just coconut. Like I almost get like a little bit of a citrus in there from the bergamot too. And it also has a solar sunscreen feel as well. So that's why I don't think that these are the same. I really don't. They're close, but not quite. And then another one, it was compared to a lot. I know Paul said he thought like it gave him vibes of this. I don't think he like declared that this is what it was duping. But Vanilla Powder from Metier Premier, which would make sense for like a luxury brand. But this is one of my favorite scents. It can't be this one. It really can't be this one because this is insanely strong. This is the weakest one of the mist, and usually if the perfume is strong, they will make the mist strong. Like if you compare Xerjoff Herba Pura to Mediterranean Mirage, they purposely made that mist really strong to match the strength. Not exactly, but you could tell, like they definitely made it stronger than most. This is known to last for days, so I really don't think it's that. And also, this has such a distinct smell. It doesn't have the same vanilla that's in Vanilla Powder, and I honestly think it has way more coconut than that's in Vanilla Powder. So I personally don't think it is going for that one. And then a lot of people had said, because the notes sound similar with especially the lily scent, they said Flower Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, the Tiger Lily version. But these do not smell anything alike in my opinion. This has a very distinct solar note to it and not as much sweet coconut as Eau De Coconut. Like there's no solar notes in this one. So I really think these are nothing alike. And then a lot of people had said maybe Way St. Bart's, which that one also has a solar note and I feel like it has pineapple in it. So based on all of this, I literally have tried everything. Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess, same thing. It has a very distinct solar note. My conclusion, and I still don't think this is 100% spot on, but it's the closest I could find, and that is Nest Balinese Coconut. Now this is a perfume oil, but it's very popular, so I could definitely see them going for this. They did recently come out with a perfume version of it too, but these are, I would say, the closest I could find, especially on the dry down, because they're just like a pure coconut milk and musk, and that's exactly what you get with these. No sunscreen notes, no extra pineapple or pina colada notes, anything like that. I would say I do think Balinese Coconut has slightly more of a toastiness to it, or more of that musk, but on the dry down I do feel like they are similar. But I really like this scent. It is just so light. It's the lightest of all of them. I wish this was stronger, but it is a gorgeous coconut. I really like this, and it seems different from the other Bath & Body Works coconuts we've had. It's everything I want in a coconut fragrance. Just milky, creamy, not too sweet, but it has that musk to balance it out and doesn't smell like sunscreen. So that's my thoughts and just my reasoning for why I think it is what it is. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have different opinions on that one. So that is the main new ones that we got, but I did want to quickly go over some of the ones that are staying in the collection. So Covered in Roses, we did see the old packaging get discontinued, but it is back. They actually put Covered in Roses in their permanent line, so it got a whole new look with all the beautiful roses on the packaging, and it comes in so many products now. Like it has a full collection. I think I haven't seen the perfume yet, but I have a feeling it's gonna come in a perfume. It has a body butter. I did pick up the body butter. It smells so good. It has laundry stuff. It has a candle, so a full line of Covered in Roses. This one has stayed at Bath & Body Works since the beginning. This was in their first round of Everyday Luxuries, and it has stayed till now, and now is a permanent spot. So it doesn't have the old Everyday Luxuries packaging. So that's very exciting. Clearly this is their bestseller, which I can see why. It's a really good interpretation of Parfums de Marly Delina, which is a gorgeous, like, lychee rose, sweet, slightly powdery scent. I really love it. And they did a really good job with this one. I have seen people think it might be less strong. I'm gonna test that out again, but I don't know. I feel like it's pretty similar. I have the original from the first launch, and I don't know. I do think it's pretty similar strength-wise. This is a very strong fragrance mist. Maybe a touch lighter in scent throw, but honestly I don't think it's that different personally, and maybe it just needs to sit a little bit too, but I think it's pretty comparable to the original. I don't really think they changed much with it. Maybe just slightly softer, but it still smells delicious. If you don't like rose scents though, it's definitely not for you, but it is one of their best sellers for sure. And then I forgot to go grab these, but we also have Pink Obsessed Staying, which is exciting. They took it away for a little bit last year, but now it is back. This is a really good interpretation of Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. And it is so pretty. It's like the perfect everyday scent. A lot of people love this one, so I'm so happy they brought that one back. I would love for that one to get like a permanent spot along with Covered in Roses, because it's just such a good everyday wear. It has mostly like fresh florals and some vanilla in the base, but it's just like fresh, sweet, and pretty. I love it so much. And also Infinite Radiance did stay this time around, which is a pretty good interpretation of Parfums de Marly Valaya. It's a really strong one too, just like Parfums de Marly. Valaya is known to be like a very strong, it's very fresh. Like to me, it reminds me of laundry detergent and a little bit of citrus. I do feel like the Bath & Body Works version has a little more sweet citrus to it though, so I kind of like it better. I honestly decluttered my Valaya and I kept the Bath & Body Works one because I feel like it's pretty good. Like I really like it. So I think that is everything. That's the Everyday Luxuries collection for now. I'm sure they will add more to this later. We did get some like fun additions later in the year. Last year they released like a few mid-year, and then we got like the Infinite Radiance randomly towards the end of the year. They just did the one, so I'm sure they will still keep adding to this. But what do you guys think of these? I feel like not as many people are as excited about this collection in particular. I know they launched way more last year. There was like 9 launches last year. Which ones do you wish stayed or want to bring back? I personally would love to see them bring back Seeing Rouge, Pistachio Glaze. I like the Loyal to You, but I didn't wear it that much, and I feel like everyone always asks for If You Musk back, so I feel like they really need to bring that one back too. But like I said, I do have a couple other new mists from Bath & Body Works, including their new Musk collection, which is really good too, and I'm sure their Valentine stuff, like I think Sweetheart Cherry is coming back, Strawberry Pound Cake, that should be out soon too as well. But we should start seeing a lot of this new spring, at least in stores by Monday and online too. I've been like calling my stores trying to see who is putting this out a little bit early, so I'm glad I was able to find it at one of my stores. Hopefully this video was helpful. Like I said, I really wanted to make sure I didn't come on here until I had my thoughts like really set in stone, but I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking about these in the comments. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe for more fun fragrance videos and some makeup and shopping videos as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.